am I doing? Hey, what's up, people? What's up? What's up?
You.
Before I switched the screen, I was just like, who's ready? I don't know what's wrong with me. What is happening, people? What is popping, the good people of the YouTubes, the inner sphere? What is popping? Hopefully you've had a fantastic day. Do us a favor, drop a like as we begin the stream. We've got a Dynasty startup mock draft for you guys today.
That's right, baby.
Jordan's house, what's up? He says, I'll be here ready to draft. How do we join the mock, Alex? Well, this is a great time for Badake to explain how you can go about doing that. I already have a message in the chat as well.
Amazing, amazing. So as you can see, the message in the chat and the link in the description. All you have to do is join our Discord. Once again, link in the description. Also is going to be in the chat here. Go to Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs on the left-hand side when you join our Discord. Go to content releases, and that's exactly where you can get the link to this mock draft. We do every single mock draft, whether it's in our redraft channel or Dynasty channel, whatever type of mock drafts you're going to see in the future is going to be always on that tab. So make sure you're part of this Discord. Great.
And I can actually even show exactly what it looks like for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think a lot of people find it difficult sometimes.
When you join the Discord, the Flock Fantasy Discord, you'll see creator. Oh, you won't see that. Sorry. You'll see setup. You'll see general chats. You'll see Mason, and then you'll see Fantasyland. Okay. This content release tab, guys, this is exactly where all of the links to join mock drafts will host. That's where they'll be. Okay. Words are hard.
Yeah.
That's where they will be.
One. Every single one. And you know what? I'm going to send that link out right now.
Okay.
To get this on and popping. And there you go. That link has been sent in content releases. So make sure you go join there.
Yep. What is up, Styles? What is up, K Poison? What's up, Kev? What's up, Sam? What's up, Tyler B Dags? What's up, Nate? Ohio. Ohio's in the chat.
Ohio.
The whole state. We got Ohio. How many electoral votes is that? Who knows? What's up, Sam, Andrew, Dak? He says, OMG, can I get a quick take on Gasecki, please? Sure. I don't know what's going to happen. That's my take. I have no idea what's going to happen.
He can either take a lot of opportunity or he could be a Jonnu Smith.
I've brought him as a buy low because I think there's a chance that he does have some sort of sneaky value in that offense, but who knows? If D-Hop goes there, he's irrelevant. Just got back from my first yoga session ever, Sean says. Pray for my recovery. That's awesome. Careful. My mom is a yoga instructor, so I guess I'll tell her later. I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, like, hey, Mom, Sean went to first yoga. She's going to be like, what?
Maybe.
Thank you for the sub, Apex.
Maybe Mom should start a YouTube channel on yoga, and then the community
I've told her to,
actually.
Yeah.
She should, yeah. Just
I wonder how many people would subscribe to my mom's yoga channel. Probably no one.
Let me type in yoga YouTube channel on YouTube.
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh my gosh, yoga with Andrea. I don't even know how to say it.
There's a lot of
12 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm. She wants to do it for community. She doesn't want to do it for money. She just wants to do it for community.
Just imagine. I mean, I know this is probably degrading yoga instructors, but just imagine stretching in your living room and then having 12 million subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, people only see our faces, but imagine if they're, we're stretching and they're just looking at our ass or something. Sam says if she looks like her son, I'm there. All right, let's get this started. Already enough nonsense to begin the stream. We're doing a 2023 Dynasty Startup mock draft. This is PPR. It is not tight end premium.
Nope.
Just to switch it up, because we switch it up every once in a while, let's make this tight end premium. Okay? 1.5. Sure. Just for the fun.
1.5 premium. Be careful.
Because we switch it up every once in a while. I know so many play in so many different formats. So I'll just put in the chat. This is 1.5 tight end premium. Superflex, PPR. Let's go ahead and get this thing going.
I think my quality is bad because of I'm uploading me videos.
What time is it in Australia and what city are you in? It is almost 10 a.m. 3 minutes from 10 a.m. and we're in Sydney.
Sydney a dog.
Is Mondre the 2023 Josh Jacobs? Ramondre? I feel like he's got more respect than Josh Jacobs had last year. If anyone is this year's Josh Jacobs, I think it's Miles Sanders.
Wow, Miles Sanders. I mean,
Miles Sanders, or I would even put like Dobbins in that
oh my
tier.
God. Yeah, I was gonna say J.K. Dobbins. That was the first person that came to mind. The opportunity, the offense. I think we all knew the talent of J.K. Dobbins as well. He just had that injury. I think it could be J.K. this year. I mean, I think it can even be. I mean, I say it can even be Najee, but even though he kind of already had his top season already.
Yeah.
But
I'm not out on Najee, but I'm pretty hesitant. It'll depend on his ADP. That's what I should say. It will really depend on his ADP. Oh, wait, Justin Fields is there. Easy. I thought it would be a tough decision. Welcome to the squad, Justin. Esley says, y'all the bee's knees. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining.
I appreciate you.
A lot of people still nervous about Bellatrix. That's fair. What's up, Garage? What is up?
How we feeling, man?
Okay, so we see Bijan at the 111. Let's see what Poison does. He goes CeeDee Lamb. You know, there was a video a couple weeks ago where I suggested that CeeDee Lamb and, there's a case for him being in like the 1B tier by himself. And I got some pushback from that from the community, but I'm always seeing these guys go within like 4 picks of each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm always seeing CeeDee Lamb in a startup go about 4 picks after Chase or Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand. I think I think CeeDee Lamb is like 112, 201, 202, just depending on how you want to build your roster. I don't think he should go past the 205 personally.
Yeah.
That's like way too far. But yeah, I don't really understand.
Yeah. Oh, this is a weird place to be in right now. Maybe I go quarterback. There's so many quarterbacks on the board though that I still like. This might get a little weird. Let's switch it up.
Switch it up. Change it up, man.
Who are we gonna switch it up with though? Man, I really wish Garrett Wilson was there because that would have been a great pick.
Yeah, let me some.
Do I take the first tight end?
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Or you could be that guy. 7, 6, 5. Okay, just want to make sure that you don't get auto pick there. Take AJ Brown. Justin Fields, AJ Brown, not a bad start to your morning. I
just don't really love taking AJ Brown that high. I know it's stupid. I know it's overthinking, but it feels so much better if it's Lamb or Wilson to me.
Yeah, fair.
Dak says, just go get Gesicki, everyone. Bill is up to his tight end tricks again. Separate tight end groups at OTAs and blocking groups. Okay. So, Dak, are you saying that there are reports that Gesicki is in the receiving group and Hunter Henry's in the blocking group? I'm curious.
Hunter Henry is a clear blocker, better blocker, I would say.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. What's up, Big Breakfast?
What's happening, man? It's interesting to see what that looks like.
Kyle Pitts or Brock Bowers? Man, it's too early to really make a call on that, if I'm honest with you, man. It's just a little bit too early to make a call on that.
Big old Brocky, huh? What time's the finals start? Is it 10 or 10:30?
I don't know. But I do agree with Styles. This is definitely one of the more boring finals thus far, unless the Heat can do something about that.
Yeah, the Knicks should have been in the finals.
No, they shouldn't have. But this is very, very boring so far. Unquestionably. Kyle Pitts at the 2-8. I was definitely considering him there at the 2-3 in a tight end premium, but yeah, almost pulled the trigger.
Chris Olave, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, And wow. 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 I'll
Wow.
take CJ Stroud. And let me just double check. I think I have to go Marky Mark here. You're kidding me.
Yeah,
The
Mark's
tight
a
end
good pick.
premium. I mean, I get my quarterbacks at the end there and Marky Mark. Say less.
Yeah. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so he says Gesicki is with the wide receivers and Henry's with the blockers. Okay. Let's see. I mean, someone needs to catch the ball. And with Juju's knees and no Jacoby, it's got to be someone. It's got to be someone.
Juju's knees.
What's
and
up,
no
Jay Stump?
Jacoby.
Jaw says, wow.
Wow.
J-Rob's release has Dynasty Twitter concerned about Akers. Does that change your guys' view on running backs coming off torn Achilles? I've always been the more reserved Cam Akers, person on the channel. It was one of my biggest avoids last year. But I think at this point, I think his value has evened out to the point where there's not much risk. Last year, I think my big issue was he was being drafted so high, he was being valued so high in rankings that I just couldn't get on board with the value that was being placed on him. But I think this offseason, I would say it's evened out pretty well, and I think he's valued relatively fairly across the board. There'll be people who still have him way too high in my eyes, but I think his value is evened out pretty well.
Yeah, I love Cam Akers, and what in reality what we saw in the second half of the season, it was exactly what I was hoping for to see throughout the whole season. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like weeks 13 to 18. He was a top 5 running back that in the second half of the season. I think that could potentially continue coming into this season. I'm excited for Cam this year, and I'm not scared of this Achilles injuries because he's already gone past. In my opinion, he's gone past that hurdle of like, okay, is he back to that old running back? I mean, once again, finished as a top 5 running back in the second half of the season. I can't even, I don't have the stats in front of me. I can probably bring it up, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty.
Take some time, bring it up, and we'll have a look at it. But I hear you.
I have it up right now. Hold on. So
I think in redraft, I'm less concerned. I like Cam Akers in redraft. In Dynasty, it really depends on what sort of value people put on him. Because, I've always leaned on, this is what I leaned on last year. There's not much success with an Achilles injury like that we can go off of. But now we're talking to the point where Cam Akers is on a contract year. Have we ever seen a running back tear their Achilles on their rookie contract and get big money from the team that they were drafted from? I can't think of a time in history that's happened. And especially with the market that, we're currently in, I don't see Cam Akers getting some sort of huge commitment from a team that would indicate to me that he's going to be, the focal point of their offense.
I think it depends
4
on
years.
how he performs. It depends on how he performs this year and what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because I think it is pretty important to really understand that. And like you said, with that market now, I mean, there's a lot of big guys that are available that are still not getting paid. Like if the Giants don't want to give Saquon $13 million, what makes you think a team is going to give Cam Akers $13 million, right? Like obviously completely different talents, but Cam Akers, weeks 13 to 18, running back 4, over 104 attempts. I think he led that part of the season in rushing as well with 512 yards and 6 touchdowns. So I just feel really confident there with Cam. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I guess to play devil's advocate, no Stafford, no Cup. So, just to play devil's advocate there, he was really the only offense in that offense. But let's see.
Yeah, let's see. I mean,
what's up,
let's
NT?
See what happens?
We will do more than one mock if we hit our like goal, which is 125. So if you guys have yet to hit the like button, go ahead and smash that. Currently 96 people watching. I mean, let's get to 90 likes, here with your help. We can get there. The 125 goal would put us at the point where we would do a second mock. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Preston says Herbert's being slept on. Wow, he went 1-6. Yeah, I would agree. That's definitely being slept on. You look up middle RB2 for 2023 in the dictionary, and a pick of Cam Akers is there. J Stump says. Styles says, imagine Zach Evans takes the first carry week 1 and we go bananas. I remember being live, last year with you, and obviously you're an Akers guy. This isn't a secret, right? And
no.
That was crazy week 1 because
you gotta relax. Just gotta relax.
What did Akers get? Like 2 touches. That was wild.
But after that game, you knew why he got 2 touches, because there was beef with him and McVay.
Right.
So hopefully that's all resolved. Hopefully we're not going to see that anymore. But I will put $100 that he's going to get the first snap. Who they play week 1?
Etienne.
Who they play week 1?
I was about to say Etienne was such a value there, but then he went right before me. And I think I'll... do I take Hawkinson here? It just feels gross drafting TJ Hawkinson, in my opinion.
No, man. I mean, I love him. I love TJ.
I think I want to build around my wide receivers still.
Fair.
Let's grab a little DK.
Ram against the Seahawks. Wow, week 1, huh? Where's Daniel Macy? How many days into game day?
Yeah, where is Macy?
Way, I don't know. By the way, the Browns have a new logo. I mean, it's pretty much a dog pound logo, but I like it. I don't know if you like it.
Okay, so is this their alternate or is this their...
It just says this is their logo. They are like
woof, that's
brown.
Funny.
The dog, I think, is going to be on all of their jerseys and stuff, and like their everything.
Oh, it's cool. I like it. There's a lot of context behind it as well.
You know what's so funny? Actually,
meaningful context.
You should go up back to the Pat McAfee one, and the elf was introducing the new logo.
That, yeah. That's funny.
And that was the one that they voted in last year, or they chose last year, and they hated it. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
All right, 2 tight ends here: Travis Kelce and T.J. Hawkinson.
He's going heavy at the tight end premium. Juiced Up says, here for the brand. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining. Meyer or Laporta? Meyer being Michael. For me, it's Michael Mayer over Laporta.
Yeah, it's really close for me. It's really, really close for me. But I think for me right now, I think it's gonna have to be Mayer.
Yeah,
he was a better talented tight end coming out. He was my tight end he was my tight end 1 still at the time, or at that time before everything. He just fell to the second round, which was surprising to us.
Yeah. John says there's only 1 correct pick and it costs less than the quarter. Danny Dimes. So DSAC is going 2 tight ends, but we got Zach here going 3 quarterbacks in the first 4 rounds. I'm curious to see what his wide receiver and running back room is going to look like after a move like that. But maybe in his mind, best value on the board.
Best value on the board. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to the 100+ people watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Do us a favor and hit that like button if you have yet to do so. Just a simple way to support the channel. And F123 is coming out soon, in case anyone cares.
You gonna get it?
Yeah, absolutely.
When's the next race, huh? Canadian this weekend. It's at 4:00 though, so unlucky.
NT says last year I got a super flex mock, got T-Law in the 9th round. That's wild.
Right as well.
To me, that sounds impossible. 9th round? That is shocking if that's true, which there's no reason for it not to be true. But
I already know I'm going to take.
that's pretty good value, Sam. Pretty good value. A lot of newbies in Superflex, including me. Well done. Because he, even last year, he was deserving of a first-round pick.
Yeah.
In our mind.
I'll take my guy, and then let's see who I'm going to take here.
It was a team you guys looked at last night. Yeah, well, you did really well there. Yeah, honestly, if you're in a league with people who are like friends or new to Dynasty and they're new to Superflex, if you have the right resources and the right people in your ear, you can dominate that league for years. In a startup, like you can absolutely dominate for years and years. There goes Quentin Johnston off the board.
Yeah, just taking my time trying to figure out who I knew I was going to take Quentin. I need to figure out who else I'm going to take. Mm-hmm. Do I go with the guy or do I wait for somebody to come back to me? Because I don't think they're going to come back to me.
Come back. Why don't you come back?
On the edges, you got to play a little bit different, So let's
You like edging, hey?
No, well, I'm doing my thing where I go from the 101, the 102, all the way up again just to see how I feel.
Nah, yeah, you love edging is a big thing for you though.
Yeah. Sheesh, man. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, there goes Jahan Dotson off the board.
Wouldn't have come back 24 picks. No way he's coming back to me. So I kind of have to do it.
Dak, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, late guys, drafting Wan'Dale Robinson because Badake's video told me to. I believed it. Messed up my whole life having to look at a giant on my roster. That's hilarious. Thanks for the love.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Thank you for the love.
Hey, he was taking off and then he tore his ACL. Unlucky. 13 targets that game.
Trippy's team is looking really good here. There comes the super chat, but Trippy's done real well. As skeptical as I am on Eckler, to get him at the 5-2, I think that's very good value. And someone Turch asked, what's Badake's profile pick on Sleeper?
On Sleeper, that's Eli Manning when he was rapping. I think it's hilarious because I love Eli Manning.
When he was rapping?
Yeah. It's you can just look it up on.
That's on the Monday Night Football stream. Hey,
I don't think it was on the Monday Night Football stream, but I could be wrong. It was something. He was rapping something. Just type in Eli Manning rapping. He's wearing it's just so funny, like a Celine. He was rapping with Lil Wayne, I think.
Wheezy, with Wheezy F baby.
I mean, it was kind of cringe, but. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, so you guys show love to Eli.
Sure.
What's so funny, we went to a Giants game last year, or I went to a Giants game last year with my wife and my brother and my uncle. And I didn't expect Eli to be there. And Eli came out and gave some random kid a Super Bowl ticket. And apparently when he came out of the tunnel, I was screaming like a little girl. I was like, babe, that's Eli. I was like, Eli. I was like, what are you talking about? I wasn't doing that. I have a video, and you can just hear me yelling, Eli!
That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious.
It's actually kind of crazy. I was not doing that.
Thanks for the sub, Matt.
Appreciate you, Matt.
I mean, I believe your wife on that one, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you have to believe when she says something. You have to just. I guess I was yelling like a little girl, for Eli Manning. But shout out to Eli.
Shout out to you, Eli. No, that's funny. Wish I could have seen that. Okay, Goff goes off the board. I think I'll take George Kittle here in a tight end premium. Again, I was thinking Hawkinson at the 4-5 to get Kittle at the 5-10. I feel pretty good about that. It still feels like good value in a tight end premium format. Angel, I think you might be the only one who got that reference, but who knows? NT says he moved Wandale with the 108 and a 203 for T. Higgins and a 1 quarterback. That's definitely a good move. I think Badake would even do that.
Yeah, I would.
Sam says Isaiah Hodgins to the moon. Would y'all sell Wandale for an early 24 second straight up? I mean, I definitely would. I've just never been on the Wandale train. What about you?
It's a tough one. I think that is even value. I think I would rock with Wandale personally, but I'm happy for you to sell him. I think that's truly even value.
Thanks for the sub, Jason.
Appreciate you.
Yes, Angel, exactly. Predictions for who wins the NFC North this year? That's a good question. That division is has been dominated, but now I would say it's pretty wide open. Let me make my pick here, and then I'll have a little chat about it.
Let me
Treylon Burks is just staring me in the face. Welcome to the squad, brother.
Welcome
to the squad. I would say.
I would have to say I would.
The Lions feel like the
Lions.
favorite.
Yeah,
as crazy as that sounds, I mean, if they're not at least a top 2 team in that division this year, then they've definitely not met expectations, in my opinion.
Pat the Dragon. Calvin. Zaza. I was hoping he was going to follow me right there.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it's wide open. Like, it's probably not popular to say, but I think there's a scenario in which the Bears win that division, right? I mean, they did improve through free agency defensively. They improved through the draft. I wouldn't say they're favorites, but they're definitely contenders. The Packers still have probably the best defense in the division. Still have some very experienced and lethal offensive weapons. The Vikings won it last year. Got Jefferson. They add Addison. The Vikings defense is going to be a liability because they lost Alvin Tomlinson. I know they added Byron Murphy, but that's not enough. This team, only the Lions gave up more yards per game last year in the entire NFL than the Vikings.
And they improved their defense.
Yeah, exactly. So their issue is still going to be defense in Minnesota. Minnesota is like the perfect fantasy factory. It really is, because their defense is dog shit. It's going to be dog shit again. And they throw the ball like top 3 times per game in the NFL. They're always going to need to score points. Like they're the perfect factory for fantasy. And then the Lions feel like the most complete team. But anyone could win it, honestly.
I think it's the Lions. I mean, they just have the most complete team, in my opinion. I think the Bears are going to. I don't think the Bears could win it. I think the Bears are going to improve
if everything goes right.
I think they're going to improve. I think that they won 3 games last year. I don't think that's going to be.
Thanks for the sub, Evan.
The case. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just don't see that being the case this year with him.
No, I mean, I think you take another step. You add some players in free agency, right? You add DJ Moore, you add Tremaine Edmonds. They improve the offensive line. Obviously, it's going to take a step, but I mean, how many people would have had the Jags winning their division last year? So. Let's see. Honestly, it's up for grabs. It really is. Love the Pollard pick at 6'11". I was heavily considering Tony Pollard at the 6'3". If my guy Burks wasn't on the board, I would have went Pollard. So I think that's a very good good pick by Trippy. And again, he's having a fantastic draft here. Obviously, some positions of need, but let's see how he fills out that roster.
Gangsta Grills.
There goes Kirk. Kirk off the board. Kirk O'Tuggins.
Kirk O'Tuggins. Just got to be on the edge, you know?
Yeah. Love a good edging.
Sounds like your fetish there.
You reckon?
I think so.
Yeah. Tie me up. Tie me up. Who ruined the running back market more? Le'Veon Bell with his holdout or Zeke with that laughable contract? I feel like it was inevitable that the NFL was going this way. With quarterbacks having just so much power over your success, I just feel like it was inevitable eventually that it would go this way.
I think
DJ Moore at the 7.4 is very good value, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I was contemplating on taking him, but I decided Debo there. I would say that I think the reason why the running back game has really hindered is because a lot of these quarterbacks are mobile now. Clearly, I mean, I think that's how I perceive it. I don't know if you see it the same way. And the ones that aren't mobile, that aren't truly mobile, have a running back in the backfield. Like Dak Prescott wasn't truly mobile. He had Zeke. Now he has Tony Pollard. Right? I mean, Justin Fields, you don't really have to care about it. Lamar Jackson, yeah, he has, like, you have a good running back, but you also have a great quarterback, right? Like,
yeah,
all those guys, Joe Burrow with Joe Mixon, it kind of just goes down the line. So I think there's some good and bad when it comes down to it.
Love the Nick Chubb pick. At the 7.7, that's actually kind of ridiculously good value. Remember getting Chubb last offseason. Got him in like the 8th round of a startup. I mean, he's just constantly disrespected. But, I mean, I've got Javonte Williams sitting here on my lap at the 7.10. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
There you go, man. Says, do I think the Vikings bring Zeke or Lenny, or will they just do the smart thing and not waste money on the offense? I mean, I think that's a possibility.
I don't think so.
Now, I don't think it's going to be a possibility off the rip. I think it's going to be when or if Alexander Madison gets injured, because there's no depth on this team after Madison. I know you have Chandler.
Like Chandler and McBride.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be wanting to lean on some of these guys, especially if they're going to be running the way they did last year. I mean, they finished 13-4 last year, 12-5 or something like that last year. If one of these guys do get injured for a long period of time, I think they will look in. Maybe it could even be Kareem Hunt. Like he comes in and then something happens. Now, do they take over a massive workload? Probably not. I do believe they come back.
Yeah.
I do believe they come back. When Madison does come back, he kind of takes over that backfield. But
I don't know, dude. I just, like, to me, like, watching Zeke last year, the only reason he was really involved is because he was the heart of that team. Like, he is not the same Zeke anymore. He has
I agree.
Lost not even a step. He's lost multiple steps. And we talk about Lenny. That dude is not... Oh, wow. Deontay's still available? Yeah, I'll go Deontay. Not only has Lenny lost multiple steps, I mean, he's lost like a mile. Like, Lenny looked like a legit fridge running at a couple miles an hour. There was no explosiveness in those knees anymore. Absolutely no explosiveness for either of those players.
The bee's knees.
And then Kareem Hunt. Nobody wants Kareem Hunt. That's because he's not good anymore. Like, as simple as it is, and maybe as rude as it sounds, those players are not the answer, in my opinion. Like, you put them on your team, and I just don't see how they're efficient for you, because they weren't efficient for the teams that they were on.
Yeah, look, it's definitely, I get it, and I'm not saying that they're gonna come in and take away massive opportunities. They would just sign him because somebody's injured, and like I was kind of alluding to, Alexander Madison will come back and he'll
Sure.
get those opportunities back. But I won't be surprised if they bring in Zeke or Lenny or Kareem as a, hey, we need a veteran here. We need somebody to kind of lead this room, because this is the first time Alexander Madison is going to lead this backfield. The first time he's probably going to be a leader in this room. And maybe Zeke, Lenny, or Kareem can come in and help him in that area. Damn, son, I really want
hear
it.
you. I actually have more confidence in like a Dwayne McBride to be a like reliever rusher or a Ty Chandler than I do those free agents. So
yeah, for sure.
Akers mixing off the board.
That could be the case.
Waller off the board. That's a great pick. Trippy is killing it. The fact that Waller was available at the 8-3 makes me regret Kittle at the 5-10. I mean, Trippy's team is ridiculous. Now, I don't like Kirk Cousins there. I'm not a huge fan of buying into him in Dynasty. If that was Geno Smith, I would be absolutely obsessed with this team. But I mean, you're killing it, Trippy. You are killing it. Would you rather start an NBA franchise with Steph Curry or Jamal Murray? I guess the question is like as their current age and everything.
Is Jamal Murray the dude on the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Steph personally, but
Steph
I don't know much about it, to be honest.
Jamal is 26. So if the question is like today, who am I starting a franchise around? Probably Jamal Murray. If the question is from the beginning of their careers, unquestionably Steph. But there goes Tony off the board.
Kadarius Toney. We basically traded Kadarius Toney away for Jalen Hyatt.
As a Chiefs fan, I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
But yeah, it's just funny. Just funny when you think about it now.
Yeah.
Like we traded Jalen Hyatt away. So we essentially received Darren Waller for a third. It was a third and something else. And then we traded away Kadarius Toney and received the third, which was Jalen Hyatt. So weird.
Yeah. The Hyatt community got real quiet after the combine. There was a huge community.
Yeah,
remember? I mean, we were
bro. I mean,
we were getting hate that we didn't have him in like the first round of mock drafts. And people were like, "Are you kidding me? Do you not know who Jalen Hyatt is?" I mean, that crowd got quiet real quick. Yeah, I wonder if there are still Hyatt truthers out there. Surely.
No, there's definitely people. I mean,
Thanks for the sub, Jake.
A lot of people think Jalen Hyatt is now the argument is like Jalen Hyatt is a better route runner than we've ever seen. You know, we haven't seen it on film. That's the argument now.
Right, which
because like now
it's like there's no foundation, but I think there will be one.
And that's also his argument. That's also his argument. Like his argument's like, oh, you know, like I don't know if you saw the video where it was like the head coach, like one of the coaches for a team was like, you know, you're kind of like you're a deep threat. That's all you are, right?
Yeah.
And Jalen Hyatt was like, no, I can run routes.
Right.
Have you seen that one?
I think some people took that out of context, but I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Stump says that I sniped him. I'm sorry.
GG's.
No, I've seen that video for sure. It was Cowboys coach Josh said. I think it was during a workout. I think it was motivation rather than
yeah, probably. And I think
disrespect.
that's what it was. Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, Wandale, Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton. Like I can't tell you who the hell is gonna be the guy there outside of Darren Waller.
Darren Waller's the guy. I pretty much have already kind of come to the conclusion that he's going to be a my guy this year in redraft leagues.
Mm-hmm. Did you?
He's
a Giants,
one of
giant
four.
player.
Huh?
A giant player. That's
A giant player will be a my guy. Yeah.
Wow, who would have thought?
He's one of four tight ends I could legitimately see leading their team in targets. And I think that could be a huge difference maker in leagues this year. Now, of course, you still got to worry a little bit in Dynasty long term, but yeah. So Stafford and Levis go off the board. Jay Stump says I sniped him with Rodgers there. I just felt like in a Superflex league, he was the best value. And I'm not sure why he's still available. It's probably ADP, but to me, Madison is such an easy pick here at the 10-3. Now, I have been someone who has, like, I went on Twitter because, you know, when Alexander Madison, when Dalvin Cook was released, it was a huge topic. And I just kind of said, like, hey, I don't actually believe that anyone values him this highly. I don't believe anyone's going to pay a late first for him. I don't think anyone would have him ranked ahead of Miles Sanders or Derrick Henry, or even DeAndre Swift, to be honest. And in this mock draft, right, we see where did Sanders go? 8-1, so 2 rounds earlier. Where did Henry go? Even earlier than that, right? But at this point, and it might be just because of Sleeper's ADP, at this point, I think this is a huge value. So there is a line where I'm in on Madison, and this is absolutely the line here at the 10-3. Yeah.
I mean,
C1.
It's in Dynasty perspective, I think he's a good, like, 1 year top dude. I think this team could potentially getting a running back next year, or they could run with Alexander Madison. I have no idea what that looks like. I don't think he's the answer.
So that makes him RB31 off the board.
Mm-hmm.
In my Dynasty rankings, Madison is currently my RB21. My RB21 in Dynasty rankings. And
see, like,
something
Joshua
that
said, look at that.
just to
Hopkins. It's crazy.
say again.
Like, Joshua just traded Madison for 24 first yesterday, which is wild.
Look, if you can get a first for Alexander Madison, I would do it in a heartbeat for sure. Like, that's absolutely well done. Like I said, there's a line, but I keep hearing people say that he is only going to be there for 1 year and he's a free agent next year, but he actually is on a 2-year contract. So I think they were very strategic in putting him on that 2-year deal and then letting Cook go. But let's see. I mean, I just think they have a lot of confidence in Madison.
Yeah, I think I see it. I see it like where he does have 2 years, but I can just see where they can bring somebody else. You know, and is it going to be sexy? Probably not. You know, I mean, next year, right? Joe Mixon's cut or is cut next year. I think the Vikings could potentially go out and get him. Tony Pollard is only on a franchise tag if he doesn't get re-signed. Austin Eckler, right? I think we all know this is probably going to be his last year. Now, they're very limited names because we're not even talking about the 24 classes coming in. I mean, you can even throw Derrick Henry in there. I doubt they're going to want to, sign a 30-year-old running back. But I think there's going to be some competition for Madison next year for sure. I kind of already alluded to this year as well, and not in the sense where they take a massive workload, but there's going to be another guy in this room that is a veteran that, whether it's down the line or early in the season, that is going to be in that room and potentially stir the pot.
I hear you.
Next year,
I just think we can say that for every running back room every year.
Oh, and I think that's the case. Like, I completely agree. And I think if I feel confident, just like I felt just as confident as freaking the Chiefs taking a running back this year, I think the Vikings are going to be a team that's going to be taking him. And maybe. I feel like this year was genuinely a fluke year. They hated the running back this year. I felt like they hated them with the passion. And if they really liked one, they were reaching high as hell for one as well.
Yeah.
Which is completely wild.
Yeah. Styles, Eckler in Minnesota would be awesome. That would be really awesome. The issue is who's going to actually give Eckler big time money, because it just doesn't look like anyone in the NFL is doing that anymore. I'm going to pause the draft and put it on 30-second timer as we get into the 11th round. But guys, our like goal on the stream is 125 likes. If we do reach that like goal, then we will pop off another mock draft for you, probably a rookie draft. We'll see what the chat wants. But go ahead and drop a like if you have yet to do so. Be a friend and, help the channel out. But if we don't reach that like goal, we definitely will, probably move on with the rest of our day, just because we have so much content to edit. I still have videos that I need to record for the week. So, yeah, just so you guys are aware. I will be right back, though.
No stress. What should I do here? I think I'm gonna take Roscoe. I'll take him here. Not yet, Styles. We'll definitely, honestly, we're just really focused on trying to pump out this content. Once we have information on redraft leagues, we'll let you guys know, but it will probably be either sometime this month or next month. We're just working on a lot of stuff right now, still even behind the scenes. So we'll definitely keep you in the loop. Yeah, Styles, and I also agree. I think a lot of people are trading for Madison and believing that you have a solid 2 years. I just don't see that. I don't believe that's the case, and I think a lot of people are going to be saying everything that happened this year with the running back rooms. Kind of like what I alluded to, Eckler, James Conner, sell James Conner because he wasn't going to be there, right? Sell Dameon Pierce because something was going to happen. All these guys, sell Rashad White. Zach and I were believing that, the Cardinals were going to draft somebody, whatever team, whatever the Chiefs were going to draft somebody. It just didn't happen. I think it was just a fluke year with the running back room because of, I think, how bad the NFL really valued these running backs this year and how they viewed them outside of clearly Gibbs, Bijan, and I would say Charbonnet, who went in the second round. I think there was only 3 running backs that went the top 2 rounds. Not saying that Kendre can't find value in the third. Not saying that you can't see other guys in the third, but it's tough. One share Madison to win out team. No one bites on my offers. Might just write them out. Yeah, and I think if you can't get the offer, write it out. And I also think wanting a first could potentially be unrealistic. Like,
depends on the league, right? We saw someone got a first round.
Yeah, it depends on the league, because I think if someone's going to send me Madison as for a second right now, I think I'm willing to take that. But at the same time, you don't want to take it because you've seen everyone get first. So it really skews your expectation as well. But something that I'm thinking is that I don't see him gaining more value than a first round, unless he has an amazing season and they give him another 2-year contract extension and he is the guy. But I don't think it's going to get to a point where he's valued as a first and a third, a first and a second, first and a random. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be Alexander Madison for a first, or Alexander Madison for maybe multiple seconds, or maybe a second, or maybe a low player and a second. I don't see him going to higher than a first, but it's tough.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I'm at the point where if someone sends me Alexander Madison and I have to give them a second round pick, I would do that. But at the same time, I've had Madison, someone sends me a first, it's a no-brainer for me to capitalize on the first round pick. That's kind of my line at the moment.
Yeah.
Joshua says, "It's up to you guys for a year over on Flock Fantasy. Don't need anything rated. Just wanted to show some love. Y'all put out great content."
We appreciate you.
Very kind of you, Joshua.
That's awesome.
But just so you do get all your perks, because not only do you get access to the website, but you also get access to the fantasy hotline. I would encourage you to DM us on Discord a screenshot of your account tab on the website, and we'll set that up for you. Maybe you don't use it. Maybe it's a helpful resource at some point. Regardless, we'll be there, and just want to make sure that we are grateful. I'll take a little Tank Bigsby, I guess, there. I felt like Dulcich was such a value in a tight end premium. I don't know. At the 11-10, that feels like a no-brainer.
No, I hear you.
But yeah, Joshua, hit us up on Discord. And let us know, did you do that today? When did you sign up? And just want to make sure you used the code LAND.
LAND, hopefully, is...
Yeah. But when you sign up, just so you know, I'll bring over the Discord here. So anyone who has yet to do this, you put your Flock Fantasy username in the Join Here tab. Okay, put your Flock Fantasy username there, and then they'll unlock all of your Discord channels that we provide here. Because the general public only sees announcements, content in general, and suggest content ideas. They don't see the rest of those tabs.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries, Josh. No worries, man. Again, thank you for the love. Definitely appreciate it.
No, it's awesome, man. We appreciate you.
I like Schultz at the 12-11 too. I've talked about him as a pretty good value in Dynasty. So I think you've done well there, Trippy. Choo-choo.
Let's do the back-to-back quick. Bang! 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 Game's on, boys and girls. Unlucky, huh? Boring NBA Finals. Let's see what happens. The Denver Nuggets win in Denver.
NT, yeah, within like 24 to 48 hours, our developers go through that thing entirely. And by the way, when you guys look at the Join Here tab, you won't see anything. And the reason that is because the only people who see the history messages in here are the developers. And that's just to save your information.
Yeah.
Essentially. So, but your stuff will be in there for sure. Okay, so Mechie goes, then Cole Kmet.
No worries, NT. Can't wait for football season.
Oh, how the mighty Tyler Algier has fallen.
Tyler Algier.
Rest in peace, King.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Unlucky. Unlucky for the guy.
Yeah.
Not much more you can do there. I mean,
I'm going to take a starting running back in the 13th round. His name is Damian Harris. Just sparking some controversy here.
spark it.
Romeo Dobbs is a good pick there, too.
A lot of talks about him.
There's no way that Romeo Dobbs is... where did Jaden Reed go? There's no way there's a 2-round difference in their value.
Maybe. Yeah, I still believe Cole does have upside. I mean, this offense gets better. Better offense. One of the biggest things is that this English is hard. Justin Fields needs some time, and that's exactly what he has now. You know, this offensive line gets better. They bring in DJ Moore. You have Darnell Mooney. I think Cole Kmet still can eat there, and he did finish surprisingly as a top 10 tight end this past year, if I'm not mistaken, which didn't seem sexy throughout the whole season, but he finished tight end 8 this past year. That was ahead of Dalton Schultz, ahead of David Njoku, ahead of Dallas Goedert, ahead of a lot of guys that was getting drafted significantly ahead of him at the time. And obviously, yeah, maybe Dallas Goedert got injured, maybe Schultz got injured, but still, I think he finished pretty well, especially I would say for the return that you probably got him at that time. So I do believe there's still value in Cole Kmet. I have him in plenty of leagues.
Yeah. Someone just drafted Henry Ruggs. Cody says, where can I send my sleeper team for you guys to review and critique? Okay, so if you guys are wanting us to review one of your Dynasty teams every Sunday night, we go live, we review people's Dynasty teams, and we help them out with ideas and ways to improve their team. That is one of the perks of signing up to Flock Fantasy with our code. Okay, so the only people's teams that we review are the ones who have used our code. But essentially, what you need to do is, and I can put a direct link in the chat, sign up at flockfantasy.com/land. Make sure you're using our promo code LAND. You'll get 30% off. And then if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, make your payment, then send us a DM on Discord, and we'll help you out with all the other information that you need. But essentially, once you make your purchase, you put your Flock Fantasy username in the Join Here tab. In 24 to 48 hours, you'll see all of these tabs unlocked under Fantasyland. And then you see the roster submissions tab here. You put your team, context, questions, and then your sleeper ID or my fantasy league ID. And we give you feedback again on that Sunday night stream. But yeah, that's the way that you get your team broken down.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the stream. 90 likes, guys. Thank you for helping us get there. Definitely appreciate it. That's probably going to be all for today. Still got some content I need to record. And I know there's a bunch of content I still need to edit as well. So in order for us to stay on track, we'll probably end the stream here. But just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who dropped a like on the channel, who has subscribed today, and who has joined us. Appreciate you guys. I think tomorrow we will be live on our redraft channel. So if you want to hang out with us tomorrow night, might be a best ball draft, might be a redraft draft. I'm not sure just yet. Yeah, but go ahead and subscribe to our redraft channel, because tomorrow night at, I would say, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live on this channel. So we'd encourage you guys to come join us. Again, subscribe over there. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss it. I just dropped a video on there this morning, but we're going to start ramping up this redraft channel as we get closer and closer to the season. So make sure you're subscribed over there. We'll be live over there at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sign up to the site with our code. You can even have a 2-day free trial. Try it for 2 days, see what you think about the site. If you think it's worthwhile for you, then end up going from that trial to making a payment. But you get everyone's articles, including the community's rankings, bonus content, draft guides, databases, and then all the perks that we offer on our own. Drop us a follow on Twitter if you have yet to do so. I'll put my link in there, and then I'll put Badake's link in there. And drop us a follow over on the Twitter sphere if you have yet to do so. Dude, why? Is it 1_?
2.
I'm putting 2 underscores.
I don't know. No stress. You don't really have to put mine if you don't want to. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, I want to. Of course I want to. Where are you?
It is always difficult. I have no idea why it's difficult. Maybe Badake is pretty common.
Maybe.
Badake's common.
Drop us a follow there. And then, like we said, ultimately, if you want to keep hanging out with us, we will see you guys tomorrow night on the redraft channel. So enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Drop a like on your way out, and we'll see you then.
All love, y'all.
All love.